Let's turn that down. Ah. All right. Finish my Kool-Aid jammer. All righty. Well, all righty. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Certainly hope everybody's doing well. For it is 8 o'clock on the East Coast. It is for sure. I assume it's about 1 o'clock in England. So shout out to everybody that's overseas that's watching. Shout out to Captain Wildebeest over there on the island. Shout out to the people in Australia, people on the Asia Pacific realm here in the United States. What is going on? The Northern Hemisphere and the Southern Hemisphere. Shout out to everybody in Africa, the motherland. What is going on? So what is going on, people? What is happening? Historic events happening yesterday, from the Fox Disney merger to the 10.7 Tflop machine of Google. This absolutely sending this just fear, absolute fear in through the community. And we're going to talk about that. Going to also talk about the PS5 pretty much having, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this a few months ago. I did talk to Luwafa, and pretty much it's confirmed that the GPU is going to be on the level for PS5. What type of performance can you expect? It's pretty much, he's pretty much told me to expect, this is something that he said months ago, and I just found it interesting that Matt's Gaming just did a video on it, even though I did a video on it a few months ago, that the Vega 56, which is roughly, now it's going to have a little more, it's going to be an APU. It'll do a little bit more, but the performance is going to be on that level. But as you can see here, the Vega, I pulled this up. This is from Eurogamer. The Vega 56, this is this one right here. This is AMD. And you can see right there is AMD. Let me pull that up. Everybody sees it. It's AMD. And, well, damn it. Let's go back here. Well, I just had that pulled up. Now I don't know where it is. Okay. So, but it's got, if everybody's into the Tflops and the clock speeds and stuff like that, it will probably be a little bit faster than this. Okay. I expect it to be in between here. But at 10.5 Tflops, they'll be able to get 4K 60 on most of their games. And again, remember Sony is not, don't give a damn about EA and Ubi as much as they care about what Naughty Dog thinks and what Guerrilla Games thinks. So do not get caught up in this. I mean, you'll probably have, this will probably be 12 or 16 gigs of memory. And then the 410 here, I think Luwafa said expect that to be higher too. So, but again, and he said he didn't say anything about the clock speed or anything like that, or the cores. But at the end of the day, you're looking at the performance on the GPU part, okay? And it is an APU. You're going to be looking at it as far as it being 10, being this right here, okay? Being here, this is where you're going to be with the PS5, and more than likely the new Xbox as well. Although the new Xbox can get you something closer to this. And the reason I'm using AMD is because that's who's making these consoles as far as the SoC. And I think SoC means system on chip. I think that's what it means. I could be wrong. To me, a SoC is something I need to put on my foot. They call it something totally different. But at the end of the day, that's exactly what it is. You can see here that Castle Crashers Remaster finally confirmed for Switch and PS4. That's news right there. I don't know how old this story is, because this is an old story here. But this is just him confirming Luwafa confirming that yeah, expect. Remember, I put up months ago what he saw as far as performance. Okay, so he said what he saw, it was performing like if you had an AMD 1500 CPU and you had it hooked up to a Vega 56 GPU. So that's that's what he saw. Now he can confirm that the GPU is going to be something on this type of performance. Probably it's going to be a little better than the 56, probably not as good as the 64. So it's going to kind of fall as far as your performance. And understand, your Tflops have nothing to do with the way something is performing, because there's going to be other processes built in to the console that help it. So whether so you may have a game. I'm just trying to think of a game like a Horizon Zero Dawn. That's on 4.2 Tflops. And I still think that game has some overhead, but that's you're getting into the engineering, you're getting into what they actually need versus what will be left. And again, they're going to have more. Remember, Mark Cerny says you needed at least 8 Tflops to do 4K native on all of Sony's games, and then AMD got it on 7.4 Tflops, got it at 30 FPS. But if they're looking at better performances, they're going to have to get it to 60. I'm not saying this to be funny. They got to get away. I can't say they have to. I would think 30 frames per second would be what you would see. It would go the way of the dodo bird next gen. There's nothing wrong with 30 frames a second. If you want to say it 30 frames a second, you got the Xbox One systems, you got the PlayStation systems. They're going to still play games at 30 frames a second. But these new consoles have got to get the gaming to 60 frames a second. It's just, they got to. Or something like that, 58 point whatever to 62. But as far as performance, this is what you can expect. And I've always recommended the Vega 56 over something called a 1070 Ti. I don't understand why you were going to pay more for the 1070 Ti, and you do have a better boost clock, but they get smoked everywhere else. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 things here, and 3 of those 5 are better on the Vega. So if you're building a PC, and again, let me make this clear, you have to decide where you want your outputs to be. I like 1440p 60. The Vega 56 is a beautiful card for that. Okay. Now, if you want 4K, now you're getting into something totally different. That's a totally different beast. Because you can go get a 1440p monitor at 144 hertz and have a beautiful game. I'm talking about 27-inch screen. You're going to pay about $400 for it, give or take, but you'll have a beautiful screen, or you can hook it directly to your TV. That's true. That is true. But that's what I prefer, is that I like 1440p 60 because I get the performance of a 60 FPS. I get high graphics settings, and I get better resolution. I get a 2D resolution. So that's me, though. Let me make that clear. But just for the record, Luwafa feels very comfortable at over 70% to say expect something at the Vega 56 performance level or in between here. And yes, you may have games that perform better than that. We all know Sony, they have Magic. Those guys do magic over there with their first party studios. So sure enough, that's my PS5 news. I reported this months ago but Luwafa was only at about a 40%, confidence. Now he's at about a 70%. So, and it is what it is. I'm not, could they go higher than 10 point? I'm not here to say it won't be higher. I'm saying here's what you can expect performance-wise. Okay, not saying it's going to be 10.5. I'm saying it's going to be the PlayStation may be 11 Tflops, but let's just say it's 11 Tflops. You're still going to be right in between. Okay. And guys, there's not much difference between this number and this number. Take that from somebody who built the world's most powerful PC with the community's help. So shout out to the community, everybody that gave. But once you're starting, when you start learning, once you're building something, that there is very little difference between this and this. You're looking at a 1 point, what? You're looking at a 1.5, 1.6 difference. That's not a whole lot. It's just not. And I'm not here to say there's not processes that aren't better on the Vega 64 than the 56, but overall, this is the best GPU that they make overall, because you can still do some 4K, but can you do 4K 60? Not all the time, but can you do 4K high graphic settings and open frame rates? An open frame rate, you may be between 30 and 45. Okay, but you're above. That's all I can really say. When I play Assassin's Creed, I play at 1440p 60 high. I set the graphics to high. So, but my shadows are turned down because who gives a damn about a shadow? The cloud, like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, lets you set the cloud texture. That's how much detail you have control over with your PC, and you can put that on ultra, high, medium, or low. I put mine on medium because they're effing clouds. Okay. The water graphics. The water is the water. I mean, what do you want me to do? Drink it? It's water. So how the water effects go. Well, I prefer have a good performance swimming in the water. So I turn my water effects to medium. There's just no reason to have high water effects. I mean, why? It looks a little bit better when it crashes into the rocks. Yeah, it does, but really, you're playing Assassin's Creed. You're not out there fishing, So, but at the end of the day, he's pretty confident, so I'm pretty confident to say this is what you're going to see. And shout out to Matt's Gaming. He did a video this morning talking about it too. But remember, I'm the one that reported this to you first on the performance, okay? So now he just picked it up, and now he's going with the Vega 56 too. And I don't disagree with him. I'm not knocking Mats. I like Mats. Okay, everybody knows that. But at the end of the day, your PS5 will probably have a performance on that type of level. So you can look at the games online performing on the Vega 56, which is going to be your multi-plat games, and then you can get a sense on what you're going to get. A sense. Not it's going to be exactly that. Not it's going to be a little bit less or a little bit more. Just give you a sense if you're thinking about buying a next-gen console, what to be expecting. And of course, who knows what the Naughty Dog. We saw what Naughty Dog did with 4.2 Tflops at E3. Was it last year when they showed when they showed The Last of Us Part 2. So that's I mean, just so you know, just so you know. So let me come back over to the chat here, say hey to everybody. What's up, the almighty Spartan God, Jemiah Dixon, KIOP 901. What is happening? Let's see here. Ice Queen Gaming, good morning. It's 12 in the UK. Very well. I stand corrected. So David's 2 cents. What's happening, brother? Appreciate you subbing. Rated PG, what's happening? So, see the Vega, the RTX 2060 performs better than the Vega. It does, but it also has a much higher price tag. So but you're right, it does. What's up, uncompetitive? So Vega 64 is better. Again, it's not that much better. It is better, but it's not that much better. So let's see here. Vieratron, my God, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Why are you up, young lady? What are you doing up? Shout out to Vieratron. How you doing? So let's see here. If the X needs 6 for 4K 30, then Stadia needs 12. No, look, uncompetitive. You do know that Google has better engineers than Microsoft. If you all don't know that, Google has better engineers. And they showed games running at 4K 60 yesterday on the floor. They showed Assassin's Creed running 4K 60. They showed Doom running 4K 60. So they showed some other tech. We saw that destruction tech they got. That looked better than Crackdown. And they've been working, and Microsoft has been working on Crackdown for what? 5 years, 4 years. So Vieira can't sleep. Oh no, what's wrong, Vieira? Was it 4K 60? On the floor, it's been reported that they were running Assassin's Creed in 4K 60. So that's on coming from the floor. So and again, I'm not look, I mean it's over. I'm really trying to explain this to people. If you will hear no more about Power Talk, that was the equivalent, and we're still talking about the Vega thing. But as far as a GPU, and remember, I was talking about getting another GPU. I was looking at the Vega because I don't know if I have the right motherboard to get a Vega. So instead of me going out and getting the Vega and then being told, oh, it's not compatible with your motherboard, I'm just going to go ahead and get another. That's why I said I'm just going to get a different CPU, because the different CPU, the R2600 CPU is actually along with the 580. That's a beautiful card. If somebody told me that's a beautiful build, I got the 1600X, but I do want the 2600. I would like to have it, put it like that. And I may try to get it Friday. You know, I won't be so PO on Friday. So, well, I pronounce that thing the ass whooping. That thing is the Infinity Gauntlet. So, Vieira slept all day yesterday. Don't the cats wake you up? I know you got 1 or 2 cats over there. Don't they wake you up? So, Ice Queen says she was up at 7 a.m. I was too, Ice Queen. So I was too. I still had dark circles under my eyes. I got some stuff to do. I got to get my hair cut today and everything. It's getting out of hand. An old man's looking like an old man. And so, yes, Xbox is brute forcing its way to 4K. That's why there's so many games. Once it hits 4K, it's really struggling with the CPU. But they chose 4K over everything. That's just 4K or bust. You know, but they're paying for it at this point because the games are performing horribly on that console. Anthem performs like shit on that console, and it's 4K. There was another game that just came out. What was the other big multi-plat game? Now, Metro actually performs well on the Xbox, and Digital Foundry gave it props, and I do too. But Anthem is performing horribly. Was there other game that came out that's looking just as good? The Division Part 2 isn't running it's struggling on the Xbox X at 4K. So it just is. I mean, the performance is struggling, not the way it looks. The performance is struggling. So it is what it is. And that's not running Xbox X into the ground. This is why when I had Widowmaker on here, I don't know if you remember, I asked him, how are they going to do that? He just kept saying power. I said, well, if they brute force it, it can affect performance. Oh no, they'll fix that too, you know, and they didn't. That's why he don't come around no more. You know, because the first question I'd ask him is what I just said, and he ain't got no answer for it. He doesn't. So Uncompetitive woke up at noon. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go up. I'm gonna have to go back to bed here this afternoon. I gotta get caught up on NFL free agency and all that kind of stuff too. So it's up to 4K. Well, I mean, look, they were running games at 4K. I mean, that's all that counts. I mean, look, 10.7 Tflops is enough to run things at 4K. So it is. Now, is it going to run everything at 4K? Probably not, but you know, it is what it is. Division 2 is horrible on consoles. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I played it Saturday on the console, and it wasn't terrible. But I agree. I mean, buying that on PC, the thing with PC is that if you buy it, you buy it. You know, you can't just buy it and you can't buy it. You gotta dance with it. You gotta marry it on PC. So you better be ready. So I can say on PC. But I'm gonna get the Division on PC for the simple fact that all those games that require always online, if I buy those games, I will buy them on PC. It's stupid to buy them on a console. So, and it's got nothing to, it's dumb to buy it on console. Now, if somebody wants to, I'll compromise. If somebody wants to pay for half of it on the console, like donate half the money, I'll go buy it on console as well. So, but I rented the Division and played it. It's fun, but it's just, you know. So, Division 2 is, yeah, I read that one. So, PS5 is more than 10.T. Okay, based on what? What evidence do you have there's going to be more than 10.5 Tflops? So, all the MBs have the same GPU slots, and the Ryzen CPU should have the same. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not saying it doesn't, but I this from what I've seen online, the 2600 Ryzen CPU with the 580 is a good mid-tier build on a PC. And anybody that's looking to get a PC or put one together, the CPU I just told you, which is the Ryzen 2600, it's $159. And then the GPU is maybe $200, maybe $200. So you can get your CPU GPU combination for under $400. You could get your case for about $49, give or take. Maybe get it for $39. You can get a motherboard for about $79 to $99. So, and then that's it. You just have to put it together at that point. I'm pretty sure that's everything. Oh, you do have to get something called RAM, which I recommend just to get your foot started. Get 12 gigabytes of RAM. You could get that for under $100. And then you got to put it together. And that right there is going to cost you about $500 to $550. But that's a good mid-tier build. Okay. It's a good mid-tier build. And that's what I'm going for, a good mid-tier build. Then all the prices will come down and I'll jump up. You know, I'll jump up. So yeah, 901. Yeah, I mean, again, look, they show games running at 4K 60. So it's silly. And I think people just look at the numbers and they say, well, it can't do. Well, obviously, look, Xbox and Sony have games running 4K native now at 6 Tflops and 4.2 respectively. They do. They both do. So to say that 10 ain't enough is silly. I agree. That's not a good statement. So, but let's move to the end. The Google device, the device the one that's going to rule them all on a power narrative. Let's see if we can pull up an article here. Let's see here. Let me pull this on up here. Let's see here. That's digital trends. I'm just going to type in. If you type in 10.7 Tflops, the Google devices comes up. So let's see. Yep, found one. So let's share my screen. The beautiful thing about this is that I was on 60 frames no lag last year with Porter Rock and Next Gen 720, and I said if Google gets into the business, they're gonna win. Google, and people are like, and I'm gonna get into all that, the fear and all that kind of stuff, and what's Google doing, things like that. Okay, well, hold on, I gotta get another jammer. Hold on. Hold on, I'm back here. There we go. They got these little bitty kitty straws. I don't like that, but it does the trick. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So, so Google Stadia, whatever you want to call it, I just call it the ass whooping. Uses a custom AMD chip, and there you go. It's custom. So, because AMD's basic chips are 10.5, I showed you that. So they get a little bit more. Chip to offer 10.7 teraflops of cloud gaming power. So, and there's Captain Marvel right there. Go higher, further, faster, baby. So there you go. But this is the end. This thing, as you can see here, is 10.0. And this right here, this is one of the richest men on planet Earth. So, but let's see here. The GPU is 10.7 teraflops of power. That's brutal. That's absolutely brutal when it comes to these other consoles out here. But there's a reason why they took a shot here of power. Okay? There's a reason why they're running around saying the future is not a box. All right? Because Google has a streaming service that they're working on now. We've all seen it. Who else is working on a streaming service? Microsoft. Okay. So 56 compute units. I think that's CU when you see that stuff. The HBM2 memory. This is brutal what they just did out here. They've got, of course, their custom x86 processor, 2.7 gigahertz. So that's a faster CPU, I believe. Hyper threading. I don't know what that is, but over here, look at the memory. Look at the memory. Good Lord. 16 gigabytes of total RAM. And then they did this. They did this. Okay? They did this. Look at how this is pathetic. They basically came out and said, wow. Yeah. They did this. They're literally throwing their shot. This is the first shot across the bow. Okay? All these people running around talking about Tflops, which is primarily the guys over here. Okay? Now what are they going to say this morning? What can they do? What can they say? Nothing. They just got obsoleted yesterday afternoon or whenever this conference was. I think it was what started in the afternoon here in the States. So this was total destruction. Okay? And then you can see the fear coming out of these guys. Okay, you heard it. Because this one has more power. This Google is going to be able to do what they say. All right, now, does that mean it won't have hiccups? Of course it'll have hiccups. Does that mean it will be dependent on your cable and, your internet and bandwidth? Absolutely. But that still doesn't mean they don't have a device that works. If your cable is shitty, then you have shitty cable. But they did this. So it is what it is. And I'm just, you can smell the fear coming out of people. People are afraid on what's going to happen. People are going to afraid on, well, we're not going to own our stuff and all that kind of stuff. That's a legitimate concern, but again, it's look, remember people made fun last week of this controller. Now people have actually gotten their hands on the controller. Google didn't skip on its first ever gaming controller. Okay? Now, understand the people who ran around and said the console, the controller was garbage, it was trash, hadn't even put it in their hands yet. How fucking stupid do you feel now? This is why you don't listen to them. Okay? You've got, this is the third independent person I've seen that says that it really feels good. Look, they basically combined the PlayStation stick and the Xbox stick. So they put these in the correct spot for your thumbs. This thing does have a tilt on it. The buttons rise. The buttons rise a little bit higher than the buttons on the Xbox, and it should be. I mean, you can see here. Look at how risen up it is versus being flushed. So I just I don't know what that is. So yeah, I mean that's a decent looking controller. Apparently it's real sturdy. So this is what it is. So So, but it features something called a USB-C port on top, the 3.5 millimeter head jack at the bottom, which means it's a universal. You can put whatever you want into that. It's powered by Google Assistant, so which is the AI. That's like the Alexa, my assistant. Alexa, are you awake this morning?
Sorry, I'm not sure.
No, I guess it's still asleep. Well, let's see what's up. Alexa, what's up?
Good morning. It's 8:30 a.m. Here's the latest. It's 36 and cloudy. Today you can expect partly sunny weather with a high of 61. Did you hear? Novelist Tommy Orange keeps winning awards. PEN America announced that the author of They're There, the most honored literary debut of 2018, has received the PEN Hemingway Award for Best New Novel. And that's the update for now.
Thank you. Okay, so that's what's up. So, but you're going to have an assistant like that on Google. I think you say, "Hey Google." So, but all right. So, according to Phil Harrison, former Sony and Xbox executive and current vice president at Google, the controller connects directly to Google's data centers rather than any specific screen you might be using. So you won't need to resync it to say your laptop when you stop playing on TV. Says in an interview, The Verge, Harrison says you'll pair it with the Stadia network. I don't know if it's Sta or Stay network using a companion mobile app, which will connect the controller first to your local Wi-Fi network and from there to the Google Stadia service. So again, this is done. It's over. You can pack up the kids. What's the song say? Take out the papers and the trash, or you won't get no spending cash. And when you're finished doing that, bring in the dog and put out the cat. Yakety yak, don't talk back. It's over. This company got in, and look, I can see if they got in and they said, well, here's our device, and it's 5.8 Tflops, and we plan on letting you do this, and this. No, they didn't do that. They went cutthroat. And so, since they went cutthroat, the people, I mean, it doesn't make no difference about it. They are reeling today in the Xbox community. They are reeling in the community. They don't know what to think at this point. They don't have the power narrative. They ain't got no damn games. I mean, now maybe do you all understand why Microsoft was in such a rush to put their games everywhere? It's because they knew this was coming down the pipeline. They can't compete with this. Even with, because what are they going to say? Well, with Xbox Anaconda, you're going to have the best version of the multiplex. No, you won't. No, you won't. At the best, you're going to have the same thing as Google has. You'll have the exact same thing and the exact same thing as Sony has. So, and Sony can always call Microsoft this morning and say, hey, you guys are open to putting Xbox Live on our platform. Why don't you all go ahead and when we do PS5, you all can go ahead and do that. That's the only way these two are going to combat this. And again, I'm not here to say that Sony's not going to be more successful than Google, because they will be, but Google will be more successful than Microsoft. That's why you had people talking about, well, you know what? Don't buy the Google device at first because they'll give up. They'll give up. Remember, people were saying that just a week ago. And it's because they knew this was going to happen to them. They knew it. And I basically have said that Google does not get into business to be your friend. They want to be the dominant force in this business at this point. And at this point, they are off to a extremely big head start. So, I mean, again, so there will be latency issues. I'm sure there will be latency issues. People that are wanting to know what's going on right now. What are they doing right now? What they're doing right now is they came out there and they pulled their pants down. That's what they did yesterday. Now they got the most powerful device for gaming. That's all they see. They see gaming. They are the de facto leader in power. Now, do they have any exclusive games? No, they don't. They don't. And that was done on purpose because they're not looking to take Sony out. If Sony gets taken out by their device, by what they're trying to do, that's serendipity. Okay, that is serendipity. But what the group that they're after is Microsoft, because Microsoft's trying to do cloud gaming. Well, guess what? They're already there. So I don't know what Microsoft's going to do. And honestly, I don't think it matters at this point. It is over. So it is done. Yeah, happy birthday to Konami or Konami. So, but I don't know what they're going to do. What is you all's opinion on what they're going to do? No flop, please. So, I mean, it is what do you think they're going to do? Because at this point, like I put on Twitter this morning, I put poof, and just like that, no more talk about power. It's just like that. So. So it's wow. Oh, Clay Matthews signed with the Rams. Shout out to the Rams. So, but yeah, but I mean, what is left? They got 10.7 teraflops. Okay, I mean it's they have 10.7 Tflops to do their cloud-based gaming. So, and again, if their goal is to do 4K, they're gonna do it. So this is Google we're talking about. So talking about rumored specs again. I mean, again, the GPU for the PS5 is going to be something on the performance level of the Vega 56. It probably do a little bit better than that because it's going to be custom and have all those processes in it. But as far as performance, that's the performance that you guys should expect. Again, because I mean, right now I got to be honest with you. I'm on the fence with that PS5 because of this Google device. I am on the fence because this Google device works. Hey, I mean, 10 points. I'm just gonna wait and see because I like my Pro. My Pro is fine. So, but yeah, if they come out and they say The Last of Us Part 2 and Horizon Zero Dawn Part 2 and stuff like that is going to run 60 frames a second, of course I'll get the PlayStation. So, HBM2 memory, now that's achievement. Bet it'll be. I'm sure it will, but there is no device. So, and I don't think they gave a price. So, and that's their next big thing is how do they get people in the mainstream to adopt it? It can't be too expensive. I mean, I think most people with their cable, because me, I'm lucky I don't have cable. I just have internet. So if they could come up with some type of deal where I'm paying like $120 a month to get access to all that, oh yeah, it's as good as God. I mean, I'll try it. I will try it. And we got to see how much their joystick's going to be. We don't know if they're just going to let you use, the sound. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited. So. Did y'all see what the Pro and X can do, right? Imagine those with Zen CPUs. The X would be unstoppable. Well, what's stopping the X? Well, okay. I'll never say that it won't be unstoppable. So, who thought those console peasants love to brag about flop? So, I guess it is. They don't, Christopher, they don't have to counter it. Okay, Sony just has to make great games, and they're doing that. That Sony's counter is already weak. If you want to play The Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima and stuff like that, you have to have our console. That's pretty powerful. That has nothing to do with the specs and everything to do with the system that the games are on. They have great games. They have great games. You know, Neo Part 1 and Part 2. They're gonna. I think I'll just say this now. They are talking to Insomniac about a 3-game deal with Insomniac. Of course, you'll have Spider-Man. 2 of those games will be only on PlayStation, and the other game will be multi-plat. Like Insomniac will make a multi-plat game. It will be available on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. But the other 2 games are going to be on PlayStation only. Well, power's not everything. Xbox X used to have the world's most powerful gaming device. And guess what? Go back to Next Gen 720's video with the Sea of Thieves that he did, Sea of Thieves versus God of War. If you want some comedy, to see those, he cropped those pictures and made a one picture together. Sea of Thieves looked like trash. It looked like straight garbage. So Sam Ash said nothing was exciting yesterday. Well, there are other news too. I'll be getting to that too. So if you ran Microsoft and wanted to stay in games, you would buy EA and put its games in Game Pass. Well, then, so you would put EA Access out of business if you did that uncompetitive. So that's not a bad idea, but you all know EA Access is coming to the PlayStation. I think that's going to be a big announcement. That'll be Sony's next big announcement, or they'll let EA announce it. To me, the good news will be that you should be able to play all the Mass Effect games, which would be great. If they say, hey, we can play all the Mass Effect games now on PS4, excuse me, I'll be a happy camper. So if you ran Sony, do the same thing with Take-Two. That's too much money. Take-Two is not for sale. So, only exciting thing. What's up, Chon, man? Disney buying Fox. Yeah. Technically, they bought them Tuesday, but the deal did not go into effect. I'm gonna talk about that. So, because that's a big deal. I may get emotional on that one. I see a lot of people in the chat downplaying Google streaming service way too early. That's my point. Yep, I agree 100%. I wouldn't downplay anything those cats did. So I wouldn't downplay anything those cats did. So because they got better they got the best engineers here. Software engineers, you give me those Google engineers, I'll take them over Oracle. I'll take them over Microsoft, and I take them over Apple's engineers. So, but they're getting paid the most money, so they gotta produce. So all games that flop will be on Google fast. Well, again, they're gonna a lot of your indie games. No Man's Sky, that will eventually get over to the Google Cloud. Stuff like that. The independent games, excuse me, the independent games could go to Google streaming device. So, I'm just, all the new games that what is it? Oh, what's the name? That Bungie is going to be making, that can go to the Google streaming device. And people were like, well, they announced their partnerships, but they didn't have a whole lot up there. They got Ubisoft. Ubisoft makes a bunch of games. Ubisoft could say you can stream Prince of Persia over there. You can stream all the all the Sam Fisher games over there. So I'm just, all the Tom Clancy games are going to be available over there. That's a lot of games, people. That's over 20 games. And you can be like, oh, well, they're old. Yes, they're old, but they're still enjoyable. You can't put a price on nostalgia. So you played NVIDIA Shield. Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't even know NVIDIA had that. That's right, they do have that. So, but Google is big money. And that's why the people and the Microsoft fanboys were like, yeah, well, we still got more money. No, your division does not have more money. Your division doesn't have more money than Google. I mean, it just doesn't. So, it's good grief. So, but yeah, it's over. So you gave Google a C. You weren't impressed. It was better than what Microsoft showed. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing too. So, all right, let's talk about this Disney buying Fox because this is a big deal. Let's see here. Let me pull that business news up here. Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, we'll go to the New York Times. Last night I had a torrid dream. Here we go. I was on my way to find you. So this is a big deal. I like this. So yeah, I mean, basically they've got it's a line from Disney. Okay, everything the light touches is our kingdom. That's from the Lion King. Yeah. So, but this deal, what this does is, this is for people who don't understand this. Basically, Disney owns most of Rupert Murdoch's empire, former empire, you want to put it like that. Includes 20th Century Fox movie and television studio. So, a movie like Independence Day that came out that was on 20. That was in 20th Century Fox. Alita Battle Angel, 20th Century Fox. Avatar, 20th Century Fox. Star Wars episodes 4, 5, and 6, 20th Century Fox. All your X-Men characters, all the X-Men characters now under Disney. Disney now they're under Disney. All the Deadpool character now under Disney. So I'm just, all those characters. The only characters that Disney doesn't have to give back to Marvel is Spider-Man, who's owned by Sony, and the Incredible Hulk, who I believe is owned by Universal. So I but they now control, Ice Age, and they got all that. The Simpsons, they have all of that. So and they already had Pixar and Lucasfilm. So this is a very aggressive deal. It also affects the sports. It does affect sports as well. So they had to divest part of the sports because, the Fox assets are meant to do the same for Disney in the years ahead. Disney is trying to become less dependent on cable channels like ESPN, which are in slow, steady decline owing to, that's why they're cutting jobs at ESPN, okay? Since instead, Disney has decided to move into the rapidly growing realm of online video. This is why they're coming up with the Disney streaming channel, okay? They also own part of Hulu. And this Bob Iger guy, this is the guy I call this is the guy I call the high king in the tower, okay? And they could show Mr. Iger. He lost Sky. They don't own Sky, but it's a huge this is just, they own a shit ton of stuff now. So what this means as far as the bad news is that people are going to lose their jobs. So, it's just people are going to lose their jobs. So it's they do own the it's amazing. Amazon bought Yes Network, just if you all didn't know that. But basically what was happening was in Mexico and Brazil, they had to bribe the people down there to get it to go. So, but Disney, I didn't know this. They own National Geographic now. I didn't know that. But now they do. They own it. So, but this is a brutal deal. It was for $71 billion with cash and stock that Disney got rid of. As you can see it right here, $71.3 billion. That was with cash, mostly cash. I think 54 million of that was straight cash, homie. But now you can actually see a movie with Magneto, Wolverine, the Fantastic Four, and You know, and you know, and you know, and Spider-Man. You could, in theory. Okay, they can now mention mutants in Phase 4. You might even hear them mention mutants in at the end of Endgame. So, you know, Roy is Viacom. I'm not for sure. So this is just this is really good for us comic book nerds and stuff like that, because we've been waiting on this. We've been waiting to see friggin' you know, Peter Parker fight Wolverine. You can see it now. You can see it. It's in theory. You could. You can see Deadpool in the MCU, or vice versa. You can see MCU characters in a Deadpool movie. So I mean, this I'm not saying that you will, but we might have to. We might have, but we now have a chance to see it. And I'm not, you know, and I'm excited as hell about that. And somebody else I'm excited for that's no longer here is, and rest in peace, is Stan Lee. I know Stan Lee, where he is smiling, but I think this morning he's smiling a little bit more. Okay, I think he is smiling a little bit more. And like I said, it was a great day yesterday. It was the end of the Xbox. I mean, you actually witnessed the end of Microsoft's consoles yesterday. What Google did to them, and you're also the Fox Disney thing. That's huge. We've been waiting on that news for a long time. So, and I'm loving it. Shout out to Tony Polanco. Like he said, the future of gaming is not a box; it's a place. So I do not. I mean, I cannot stress what a big deal the Fox thing is though with Disney. So So I cannot do it. Somebody said, yeah, it's going to put more sugar on their frost. This bio isn't emotional. Yeah, it is for me. You know, it is for me because we've been waiting on this for years. Okay, we've been waiting on this for years, and to finally, I mean, we know we talked about it like in our little comic book circles and stuff like that. Wouldn't it be cool? And what would you like to see? Now we'll see it. You know, now we'll see it. So the Gaminator is saying that people on the Xbox are now hyping up Stadia. Yeah, well, they're not. Yeah, it's over for them. I mean, what did you? I didn't expect. I expected them to do that because they're now irrelevant. So they're now irrelevant. So it's a good times though. Good times. So, yeah. But oh man, well everybody's talking about that. So yeah, I personally think that the Google, yeah, is here to stay. I mean, that's what I was trying to say last night. Is what Google declared was that they're here. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with. So check Tim Dog's tweet. No, yeah, Black Panther and Storm. There you go, Mac. Yeah, you can see that in theory now. So because in the comic book, Nakia, the girl he ended up with, Nakia has a big crush on T'Challa. They changed that in the movie and made him like he was, but it was never like that in the comic book. I mean, the Kia thing is cute, but Storm is like the love of his life. So yeah, we're gonna see that. There will be a new diskless 2 TB 6 Tflop Xbox One at E3. Oh, really? Okay. Well, that's fine. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I'm not, look, if they, whatever Microsoft, I'm not buying another Xbox again. So whatever they want to do, that's great. I will cover it, but I'm not buying it. So yeah, I am not buying it. What's up, JP Loco? So, but no, I didn't know they were saying that on Twitter. They said check Tim Dog on Twitter. So I mean, his tweets don't really pop up in my feed. He may have me blocked by now. I don't know. So, so, so yeah. Yeah, the brackets are back. I don't see him on, but you gotta. Who cares about what they say at this point? So, I mean, realistically, it's over. So, so you notice nobody's talking about MPD anymore. So, also looks like PlayStation Vita has lost Hulu support. So, yeah. I do not see his tweets at all. I'm not saying that they're not here. So, but yeah, that Jade, is it Jade Raymond? My God, I'm gonna follow her. On her Twitter page it says I make I help teams make games. And Amy Henning's on here. Okay. So, yeah, no, I'm thoroughly impressed by what Google has done, and I'm very excited. Um, yeah, I'm very excited about what Google's doing. So, yeah, I guess Tim Dog is starting to realize that the end is here. So, did I see Rose Tico on stage? No, I haven't been able to watch the event yet. Not really. I'll watch it today. You know, I will be watching it today. So, but yeah, look, Xbox became. I mean, it was already heading toward being irrelevant. Yesterday, it became irrelevant. So, I can't worry about what Kid Smooth says anymore. So, it's it's MPD is old hat. I mean, everybody knows that either Sony is going to win or Nintendo is going to win. So, PlayStation dudes are the ones buying the Switch. Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people have the Switch though. Hey, Kanata, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, I based on Kid Smooth's on live feed last week. Why are they doing this? He's pretty worried. I have drank 2 Kool-Aid jammers, so PS4 is mature and just patting the sales down. Yeah, that machine is still selling. I was at Best Buy the other day, and somebody went right in and picked one up. So, what's up, Lincoln Clay? So, yes, I did wish them a happy birthday. So, you would play by us. Yeah, and the people in the Xbox community never understood something very basic, and that is you could sell 100,000 consoles if for one game, on one game. So, just it is what it is. I think it's hilarious. So, I do think it's. I mean, but as far as the whole thing, congratulations to Jade Raymond because she kicked some ass. She's leading a brand new blaze, and I love it. So I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm impressed. I'm happy, and like I said, the whole Disney Fox deal for me is also good too. It's also very good too. So they have Deadpool dressed up like a princess in one video. So yeah, that's another good point here. Let's see here, the Alien Queen. So Ripley, I forgot that was Fox. So yeah, I think this is great news. So, but yeah, there's a whole lot going on, guys. Disney owns pretty much feels like 1/4 of Hollywood at this point. So, but I am going to bounce on off here. I'm going to eat breakfast finally. But shout out to everybody that swung by here this morning. I do appreciate it. Like I said, I was going to keep this one short. Let's see here. Any questions or anything? So, I'm just looking. I'm just looking to see if there's any questions or comments or anything. Damn, one competitor said bye. So, you first heard about Google coming into the gaming world. All you can think of is Android game, Candy Crush. Where's my water? Microsoft lost the power advantage, and Google will have exclusives. Double, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, the whole power narrative is gone. So, is Mass Effect good? It is for me. I thoroughly enjoy playing Mass Effect. Probably will play it a little later on today. No, I'm gonna have one more drink of Phil. We're driving off the bus stop. So y'all are silly. Yeah. So yeah, Xbox. I mean, to me, they're done. I certainly hope they can rebound. Microsoft. Again, growing up, you heard about Microsoft. It was like they were like the wizard or something, and to see them go out like a bunch of suckers like this is silly. So to see them, yeah, to see them go out the way they're going out is sad. Very, very disappointed, but it is what it is. This is what happens when you get caught up in the power narrative and you got no exclusive games to push your narrative. You got no games. So again, I mean, I'm not here to say they don't have any games to play, but they don't have a game to play that says Xbox only. So Tim Dahl says he thinks xCloud. Okay, well, that's fine. I mean, I'm not here to say he could be right about that, but I don't think it was running in real time. And that's just my opinion. So, but I certainly hope for his sake it was running in real time. I'll put it like that. But all right then, guys. Let's see here. Halo Infinite lets you use Forge to create your own campaign. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. Didn't know that. Yeah, like I said, I'll be getting Halo Infinite. I'll be getting it on PC, and I'll be playing it, and that's it. So that'll be the Halo, the Gears, and the Forge. I mean, again, that's all on PC, and all this always online stuff that'll always be on PC. So, but yeah, as I said before, guys, I am going to get on off of here because 10.7 Tflops is something else. So oh, here it is. Google has to show xCloud working and in real time. Well, Google does not have xCloud. They need to take it seriously. It's not a prop. The tech has shown off well. I think of Xbox can show xCloud. It will send out the right messages. Google might be an E3 too, mind you. Xbox needs to open up soon. So, well, like I said, that's a he feels threatened by it, and he should. They should all feel threatened by it. So, Halo MCC won't be part of Microsoft Play Away. Oh, okay. It won't be. Oh, that's fine. I'm not going to get the Master Chief Collection. I'm going to get the new. I'll get Infinite, but I'll get Infinite, but I'm not going to get the Master Chief Collection. So, I mean, again, I've already beaten all those Halo games on Master Chief Collection. My favorite one is Reach. I liked Halo 4 and 5 as well. Loved Halo 1. Halo 2 and 3 were disappointing. But Halo 1, Halo Reach, and Halo 5, and then Halo 4. For me, that's my order of Halo games. Then 2. I mean, 2 was trash. So I'm a Google fanboy. Duh, I'm using a Google thing right now. Wow, I'm using YouTube, which is owned by Google. So, but all right, guys. So wrapping up, remember your PS5 performance will be GPU based, probably based in the Vega 56 range. The Google device is 10.7 Tflops, and it's over for the rest for Microsoft. Disney buying Fox, yeah, we're gonna be so. I'm so happy about that. I get owners losing ownership of future games. No, I'm not. I'm not. So, you know, I'm not. I mean, the problem is, I think what people really believe is that the games are going to still cost $60. If they're going to take away ownership, then and this let you and this have a service, that's what it's going to be. It'll just be a service. You pay for the service and you download the game. So I mean, you won't, you know, but yeah, I'm not worried about that. I mean, I prefer physical hardware. Okay, but I'm not going to go out and die for it. I mean, I'm just, but I prefer physical hardware. But you know, my games on PC, I don't have a disc drive. I don't have a disc drive. I mean, somebody bought the Mass Effect trilogy for me. Shout out to them. I bought Mass Effect Andromeda. The other games I'm about to buy are going to be digital games. So yes, I'm buying them, and I'll do the same on the Google box when I get that, or whatever you want to call it. But there's no way I'm not going to be playing. You know, I want to play Assassin's Creed at 4K 60, so I'm going to do what's cheaper. If it's cheaper for me to get a CPU and GPU, if that's cheaper to go to 4K 60, then that's what I'll do. So PS5 runs PS4 games at double the frame rate. I'm not saying it won't uncompetitive, but I need to see that in real time. And I need to see that coming from PlayStation. So Google should have called it Arcadia. I think Google's fine. You know, I think Google's fine. I think the fact that they're able to pay AMD to do the R&D to come up with a custom chip that does 10.7 Tflops shows you how much money they got. So the streaming thing is a service. And look, I prefer physical hardware. I've got 3 games here that I can't play because they're disc. And I guess, yeah, when I built my computer, I could have put a disk drive in there, but I didn't. So, you know. I didn't. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get on off here. I do appreciate you all coming. I've been going for about an hour. I'm going to, like I said, eat breakfast and lay down and go get my hair cut because I'm looking like a woolly mammoth at this point. So, all right, guys, I appreciate it. Like I said, Google is here. They're here to stay. They ain't playing around. And I would expect the beta to have some lag. It's okay to have some lag, people. Okay, it's okay right now. It's not out yet. It's not out for public consumption. When it comes out for public consumption, let's see what it's doing. That's all I can really say. But they're not playing around. So they're not playing around at all. So, but all right, guys, I'm going to get on off here. Shout out to everybody that was here. Check out the other streams. Go check out the Roundtable podcast. That was a good time last night. You know, they're having trouble kneeling before Zod with this with this new gaming device that Google's got. So, but shout out to them. I think Foxy Games and Big Cloud streamed it. Go check out that stream and like that video for those guys. And yeah, everybody keep it gaming. Like I said, I'm gonna be gaming a little bit later today. So you all take it easy. Y'all stay blessed. And one love, baby. One love. Peace.